Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting episode. This is our life. And right now, I have a feeling that both of us would be more than happy to give it to you. Oh, I have John Denver's Christmas album over here on LP. We've had a wonderful 2 months. We we need help over here. Believe you, believe me. Excuse me, believe you, believe me. We need help. We may or may not be getting it. Now, thankfully, my wife's going to be getting some things that she needs uh, to do or whatever. I'm perturbed because it's like they keep avoiding. There's this one place where they have acknowledged there's a tumor there, but they never do anything about it.
They don't care.
Yeah, they look everywhere else, talk about everything else, but that one place. And I, I'm not a doctor. I'm a medieval barber and surgeon, but no,
No, he isn't.
um,
Don't believe that. Please don't believe
um, my again, I'm not a medical professional, but I've been around healthcare my whole life. My mother was a nurse. I've worked in hospice, da 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 da. So eh, the thing is, it would not surprise me one bit if that is what's causing the issues we're having to deal with right now. I'm not going into details because that's not anybody's business, but um, they they've acknowledged that it's there. But that's all they do.
it. Inflammation.
Inflammation. But that's all they do. I'm like, come on now. You've acknowledged it's there, and you look everywhere else but there. You treat anything and everything else but that. This can't continue. It cannot continue this way. Um,
It's not going to go on.
yeah, because I mean,
You just can't continue to go what it is.
yeah, it can't. It just can't. And we have the same doctor, but she's a GP. She's not an oncologist or internist or anything like that.
But she seems to know more than the oncologist does.
Yeah, and I mean, frankly, sometimes I think even the nurses know more than the oncologist does, or at least they're,
Seem like they do.
yeah. If they don't, they're at least willing to discuss things with us. But the doctor's like, well, this is this and that's that, and we're just going to keep doing this. I'm like, excuse me, what does that even mean?
Feels like he's not willing to try anything new.
And he was talking about, well, what was it, the where they put those little tattoos.
Yeah.
He says, well, it's working, the medicine's working,
The
and then
radiation.
the radiation, and then all of a sudden, oh, it's not working. Like,
Well, I think it worked up to a certain point.
to a point. So,
Oh, God, come on.
so we have my wife's. It's not called Life Alert, but it's the same kind of thing, and we're sort of have it hooked up. I have to call the company and
They didn't tell us one thing.
Yeah.
Idiots.
And we're gonna fight this, and then we're gonna fight it some more. But we need people, the doctors, and like I already said, the nurses are pretty good about things, pretty good about discussing things with us, and even telling us about, well, you can do this, you can do that, you can do something else. But the doctor's like, well, here's this and that's that.
He's stuck on old-fashioned oncology, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm like, and then the nurse practitioner, oh, well, we can't prescribe marijuana. Like, yes, you can. Maybe we can't get it legally right now, but you can still give my wife a prescription for it.
They won't dare to do that.
And, because she needs to be able to eat, and she can eat. I would say eating isn't necessarily the problem. The problem is being able to keep the food down. And Lucky.
Shut up, Lucky.
And
You crazy idiot.
But then if she Lucky, I'm making a video. If she had cannabis, it might help give her that extra oomph to eat, give her that extra appetite, and hopefully it'll kind of like calm her down and calm the organs and everything, so she could eat it and it'll stay down. And the nurse practitioner said, well, there's Marinol. Like, yeah, Marinol, it's not the same. What is it, synthetic cannabis? It doesn't really have the same effect. If it did, then there would be no reason to have medical marijuana. Because people would just need to all they would have to do is take Marinol. I'm like,
they can't have us making money off of them.
So I guess it's obvious that neither one of us are real happy with some things right now. But what are we supposed to do? The only they have 2 oncologists. Is that it?
I don't know.
So switching from one doctor to the other, but we had a second opinion with that doctor, and he said, oh, I think everything the other doctor is doing is just fine. Doesn't mean we're happy with it. Maybe. Why do the nurses tell us, well, there are all these other options, and the doctor just says, whatever. So it's like, my wife should not have to be going through all these ups and downs. And there's no way it can be good for her. She needs to be stable. And, well, to be stable means to stay at that particular point. I'm sorry, I was cleaning my fingernails, see. But I'm not happy. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else to say, except I'm just not happy. I mean, if we could go to Houston, Boston, Lebanon, frankly, I think we would get better care in those places, but none of those places are down the street. I mean, even King is a drive, not that much of one, but it's a drive. And because it's wintertime, frankly, I'm not expecting the temperature to really get much above where it's been the last few days. And I went over to Ranch to get some things tonight, and while I was driving over there, and on the way back, I looked at the lake. There's a university over there, or on the way to Rennes. I think their address is in Rennes, but there's no ice on that lake, but it gets sunshine.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet, but it gets sunshine, and it's big, so it has that warmth just sitting in there. Now there's a pond back here over by where Sorel Fur Factory now is, and it's shaded. Now,
It's small.
yeah, it's small and it's shaded, so what heat would be in that water has evaporated long ago. And the shade, of course, doesn't allow the sun to melt what ice is there. It's not thick enough to walk on. I mean, you would just go right through. You probably couldn't even take a step onto it. It would be so flimsy. But that's the point we are at. Is the actually even our rivers here will freeze up. At least the surface will. I mean, there's still moving water underneath, but
Lucky, get off.
we're gonna have to figure something out. So I'm not sure what we're gonna do, but we'll figure something out.